Hey guys, so just a quick update on what happened with Stuffy Butler. Now that channel was tied to one of my old work emails. I lost that email this week, so unfortunately I've had to close that channel down. It is still archived and available on YouTube, but I can no longer upload new videos to it. So I've started off this new channel, Butler's Homestead. If you've subscribed before, please subscribe, and if you haven't subscribed, then please think about doing that now and helping this channel grow. Anyway guys, let's see what happened this week here on Butler's Homestead. Hey guys, good morning. So Monday the 15th of July here on the Homestead, week 66. Back from the festivals, so all my summer stuff is done, and it's time to get back into work around the homestead. I've got a lot of weeding to do, I've got a lot of mowing to do. I think it's about time to take down one of the trees because I'm going to get out the last of the potatoes. And yeah, I think that's about it. I might look at harvesting some of the squash or marrows later on. And I'm off to buy a load of chickens at the end of the week. Anyway guys, whatever you get up to, I hope you have fun, and I hope you have a great week. Talk to you at the end.
Okay, so this year that's where I grew the potatoes. They're all out now. I'll be tilling that soon, but I'll be taking down this tree today. I didn't take it down earlier because it would have fallen onto where the potatoes are. So let's get him down. Hey guys, how you going? So what's better than having 2 ducks? Having 32 duckies. Look at all the ducks. So many ducks. I'm gonna eat you little duckies.
Hey guys, so going through the fields today, I found my first melon. So let's give it a cut and see what it's like. I'll be feeding these to the chickens because I'm not actually a huge melon fan. There you go. Some beautiful seeds. Let's try a bit. Ugh, yeah, that's melon. I really don't like melon, but the chickens love it, so that's why I grow them. Hey guys, good morning. Welcome back to Butler's Homestead. Week 67 here on the Homestead. And at the end of this week, it is actually my birthday. So, hey Beef, as it's my birthday, if you could all subscribe or even share this video on your Facebook, that would be a great birthday present for me. So thanks in advance for that. Anyway guys, on to this week. I'm going to be doing some more weeding, some more mowing. I actually discovered that my mower works better without the guard, so that should speed things up a bit. It definitely makes it a lighter job. And yeah, just monitoring stuff. It's going to be a very hot week. We're looking at temperatures 34, 35 all week. So I'm going to have to stay on top of the watering and the irrigation, and making sure that all of the animals are well hydrated and kept cool enough. Anyway guys, I will of course show you what I get up to, and I'll show you everything I can. I hope you're enjoying the videos, and I will of course talk to you at the end. Have a good week. Hey guys, so yeah, we've got a lot of the chilies have actually sprouted. Now I've been trying to grow chilies here for a couple of years now. This is the second time I've tried. Well, third or fourth time I've tried, but second year. These were jalapenos, so hopefully we'll get some chilies out of these this year. And a quick update on the beans. They're doing reasonably well. I've got a fair few. I've definitely got more beans than I planted. Not really many to eat, but yeah. So we'll replant these next year and hopefully get some more still. Well, after we harvested that other marrow, it seems to have started growing some more. So we've got more marrows coming. This one, it's about a week old now. I spotted it end of last week, just after I picked the other ones. Reasonable size, and we've got a few more scattered around the field as well. So there's another one there, hanging up in the corn. It's doing reasonably well too. And another one here. This looks like it's going to be a big one. And a melon. And another marrow. And melon. Possibly a pumpkin. Or a melon. And another melon, I think. And yep, another melon over there. Now this one's doing really well. It branches off. There's a melon over there. There's one here. As you follow it back, there's another one on it. And there's a little one growing just there. And this is all the same plant. And there's another one there. So I'll definitely be saving the seeds from this plant, as it's definitely doing very, very well. And just a quick update on the duckies. As you can see, they're getting big. Oh, they're going to bed. But yeah, they're doing very well. Time to give them some foods. Oh, yum, 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 yum. And then at the end of the day, put the food in there. And they just close them up for the night. And then the duckies are all safe. Well guys, end of another week here on the homestead. As you can see, these plums are definitely almost ready. I'll give them a few more days and then I will harvest these plums. Probably make some rakia out of those. Now the corn is definitely ready. If you started seeing this on your corn at home, you definitely want to be picking it already. The bottom leaves dying off. That's a good sign that your corn is definitely ready. A really good sign is the tops of the ears. When the hairs go brown, you know that they're ready. That was growing a new one down there. But yeah, so most of it's ready to eat if you were going to eat it yourself. But as I'm saving it for animal feed, I'm going to let all of this dry out and then harvest it all dry. As you can see, as it thins out, light gets down underneath as well, and so we have actually got all the squash growing through it as well. But anyway guys, as I said, end of another week. It is my birthday, so happy birthday to my brother James. Hope you're having a great time. And this week we had John come over, and he left me a very nice wall hanger from Spain, from his mum's shop, I think he said. But it was very nice of him to bring that over, so thank you very much, John. And guys, for my birthday, if you could share this video, post it, and ask people to subscribe, that would be a great birthday present for me. And I hope you have a fantastic week, and I will of course talk to you next time. Hey guys, a really good morning. So good to see you. It's Monday the 29th of July, week 68 here on the Homestead. As you can see, well, you might not be able to see, but last night we had a lot of rain come down. Massive thunderstorm kicked off. About 30 or 40 centimetres of rain fell in about 2 hours. So everything is very, very wet. Which is great. The garden definitely needed some watering, and tomorrow it means I can actually start with the earthworks. So behind me I'll be tilling this field. It's where the potatoes were. They're now out, so it needs tilling, but obviously it's very hard to till when the ground is rock solid. So I'll be tilling that tomorrow. Today it means there's not a lot to do because everything's too wet. If you just walk around when it's just after it's rained, all you're going to do is churn up the ground. So yeah, this week it'll be mostly groundwork and a bit of preparation and a bit of starting to get ready for winter. Now the birthday's out of the way, I've got those 3 or 4 months before winter's really going to hit. So starting to think about that as we go on. Anyway guys, I hope you've had a fantastic week. I hope you've achieved everything you want to do, and I will of course talk to you at the end. Hey guys, so today we will be tilling this little area here. Now the first thing we've done to prepare for that is actually we've mowed. Now the reason I do that is because there's a lot of grass and a lot of vines and stuff that grow in my beds. When I run the tiller through, it just gets clogged up. So what I do is go through first of all with the strimmer and just chop everything up so it doesn't get as clogged. Hey guys, so we've finished tilling this little area. We're going to leave that now over winter. We'll be doing some composting on there and getting that ready for next year. And next year it is of course going to be all peas, because this year we've had potatoes and tomatoes in there, both very heavy feeders. So next year all peas to get the earth back into a good fertile ground again. Well, we've harvested a bit of the corn. I noticed that there's been some bug damage and a few of the ears were starting to look a bit raggedy, so we've harvested some of that, and I'm using an old bed frame as a drying rack. So we're going to fill this up. So yeah, as you can see, the tops of some of them are going a bit raggedy. Some of them didn't pollinate properly. I think that might be because they were planted a bit too close. Some of them turned out absolutely perfect. Okay, so end of another week, and I finally built and fitted the last gate along this fence. So that field is now ready for sheep when they turn up. And yeah, just been doing a bit of mowing around here. Been harvesting some apples. We've got a lot of apple trees producing at the moment. This one in particular has got a lot of lovely apples on it. These are very, very good eaters. There is a smaller tree that was ready that I harvested, but these are looking like they'll be ready for harvest soon as well. Well guys, as I say, that is the end of another week here on the homestead. Pixie says hello to everyone. She hopes you're having a good time. She hopes that everything went well for you this week. We will of course see you next week, and talk to you then. Good morning, guys. So it's Monday the 5th of August here on the Homestead. A reasonably important week for me because it is week number 69, dude. So anyway, guys, this week I'll be showing you around the Homestead with a few innuendos thrown in. And I've got some trees to take down, and that's part of the start for winter prep. I've got a huge log pile already, but I'm just thinking maybe I'll get some more in now, get the wood dried out, because it's very hot and it will dry quickly enough. But anyway, guys, I will of course talk to you at the end. I will show you everything I get up to, but right now, because I haven't been playing with my cock enough, he gets quite aggressive. So I'm going to go and show you how I deal with that, and maybe give you some tips on playing with your cock a little bit more. Well, guys, here he is, as you can see, my cock. And if I come in a little bit closer, yeah, you see he gets a little bit aggressive. So what you have to do is, when you're in here, just use your foot to cock block. Just block the cock from attacking your legs. As you can see, he's not the biggest cock in the world, but he's a very pretty cock. Anyway, guys, that's how I deal with a slightly unruly cock. And of course, any good homestead, you should always have a lot of hose hanging around. As you can see, I've got all different shapes and sizes of hoe, but with every hoe that you have, there's always one hoe that stands out above the other hoes. So I do have a favourite hoe. Hey guys, so the swallows are getting ready to fly. As you can see, they're all feathered up and they're getting a bit too big for the nest. It's a shame because I do like you know, seeing the girl swallows, because you know, next year you're going to have lots more swallows on your homestead. So this is my favourite hoe. I do a lot with this hoe. Basically, you need to grab your shaft strongly in both hands, and then work the hoe backwards and forwards. And I'll show you some of that, because we're going to go and sort out the furrows in the field, and then that'll be a good day for me, because we'll finish the day with a really dirty hoe. Well, of course, we've got a lovely pair of melons here. As you can see, absolutely massive melons. I do like a big pair of melons. I actually prefer, in there we've got a lot of smaller melons. That I think they're much prettier, and yeah, I definitely prefer the smaller melons. But this is a lovely pair of very big melons. Well, guys, of course, very important job on the homestead is keeping the grass on the field nicely trimmed. You know, obviously, if there's no grass on the field, then you definitely can't play on it. But what you don't want is, after a while, things can get a bit bushy. Now, if your field's looking like this, you're definitely going to need to give it a bit of a manicuring, and just get the grass nice and short, just like we have here. Well, of course, one of the most rewarding things about the homesteading is all the chicks you get. I love having lots of chicks running around on my homestead, and these chicks are very beautiful, as you can see. Of course, if you are lucky enough to have yourself a homestead, you will find that it just attracts pussies. I mean, there's so many pussies just running around the homestead on an average day. I mean, you get some very pretty ones like Mooncake here, very affectionate pussy. But yeah, I was not expecting the amount of pussy you get running around on your homestead. Hey guys, so this year I did grow some beans. As you can see, these are definitely ready for eating, but what I'm doing is I'm going to be saving them for seed. Now, to know when they're ready for seed, what you need to do is make sure you can actually hear what's going on inside, hear them rattling around, and the quickest way to do that is just flick the bean, just give it a flick, and if it's ready, then you will definitely hear a sound. If you're not hearing a sound while flicking the bean, you're definitely going to need to come back and flick it some more. But when you hear that sound, you'll know that you've done it right, and you can finish up flicking the bean and get ready for a good time. Oh, look at that, guys! Nice juicy peach, just a little bit of fuzz. Oh, I'm going to enjoy feeding this to my cock. I might even mix it up and maybe pop a few cherries in there as well. He's going to love that. As you can see, guys, this is where I've been doing the forestry, taking down a lot of trees. This is just the last few little bits. So we took down a couple over there, one there, a couple here, three there. Another tree over there has come down. But yeah, lots and lots of wood has come off, and I'll just leave all this top scrubby brush just to rot down. The wood rots very, very quickly on this stuff and produces a fantastic habitat for insects and lizards and pollinators. So we just leave this all here to rot down, provide a bit of sustenance back to the soil and the land. Well, guys, end of another week here on the homestead. I hope you've enjoyed seeing everything I've been up to. I will, of course, talk to you next week. Hope you've achieved everything you wanted to achieve, and have a good time. Hey guys, so Monday 12th of August here on the homestead, week number 70. Now this week I've got some wood that I cut down. I cut down some trees last week. I've got to get that all processed and into the log pile. There are some grapes that are almost ready, so I should be doing some wine making. And we'll see what else happens. I've got some more apples to pick. And yeah, so just looking after the animals. Another hot week. But we'll see what we get done, and I will, of course, talk to you at the end. I hope you have a fantastic week. I'll talk to you later. You know, sometimes you've really got to ask yourself how many cats sleep like this. You know, paws up in the air. Silly mooncake. Silly pigsy. Hey guys, so I've got a bit of a wood pile that I'm currently chopping up, and if like me you're using an unsecured sawhorse, what I like to do when we get towards the end of a log is just put in some mark cuts, because when you get down to only having a little bit of wood left, if you put the chainsaw straight onto a circular log it can just start spinning. But if you put some guide cuts in first of all, then when the chainsaw touches again, it's not up against a round surface, it's up against a flat surface, so the log won't spin. Just a tip if you're getting ready and chopping your wood this time of year. Hey guys, how you going? So it's actually Sunday afternoon, and I'm actually going to start a new project. What I'm going to do is try and repair the roof here, and we're going to turn this into a little ducky house. So they've got a nice little run all the way out here. This will all be ducky area. But yeah, first job, I'm going to have to take the tiles down so we can get all the damaged wood, repair the wood, and then put some tiles back in place. Anyway guys, let's see how far we get today, but more than likely I'll be finishing this off next week. So here's this year's attempt at red wine in the cupboard, fermenting away. It'll be doing that for 4 weeks. All that's in there is the red grapes, a couple of kilos of sugar, and about a litre of water. The rest of it's all grape juice. So hopefully, because this year it's in a pressurised system, it won't taste quite so bad. We'll see what we manage to get out of it. Well guys, I just thought I'd show you something else I did this week. Made a hanging basket. It's my strawberry tub. Got a little pot hanging in it. It's quite a heavy duty hanging basket. I mean it's reasonably big. It weighed a hell of a lot. Took me forever to get it up. But yeah, I think it looks alright. Nice to have strawberries in a hanging basket. Alright, so we've got most of the tiles I need to get down and started on the reframing work. That's where I'm going to leave it today. Took out the fence at the front so the duckies can come straight out. There's a bit more damage there than I thought, so I'm going to have to grab a bit more wood and do a bit more framing than I thought. But yeah, we'll get this done tomorrow, and I'll show you what it's like next week. Well, we've cut most of the wood now and stacked a lot of it. Still got a lot more to stack and a little bit more to cut, but we're almost there. So yeah, it took a lot longer than I thought, but I think we've definitely got enough wood for the winter now. Good morning, guys. So Monday the 19th of August here on the Homestead, and of course that makes it week 71. So last week I started taking down the roof of the old pigsty to turn it into a duck sty. I'm going to complete that this week. I'm going to need to get a little bit more lumber from somewhere. I'll have a look around the other barns. There's usually stuff lying around. And then I'm going to get the roofing back on, and we're going to get the duckies in there. As for what else I'm going to be doing this week, the usual stuff, picking some apples, picking some squash maybe later on. We'll have a look around, and of course looking after Mr. Flaps and all of the duckies and all of the chicks. Anyway, guys, I hope you had a fantastic week. I will of course talk to you at the end, and have a good one.
Hey guys, how we going? So we have finished the roof. This is where the big hole was. So the roof's all finished. This side over here was so badly damaged that I've actually had to remove a whole section. The duckies are in. They seem to enjoy it. But yeah, that's a little ducky pen in there. And this is the inside. So yeah, looks alright. The duckies seem to enjoy it.
Hey guys, so you might remember last year I put up this wire support above the car for the grapes to grow on. Well, I've had a bit of a problem because there's so many grapes on there. I think we've got a fair few. The actual weight of it was pulling down the cables. So what I've done is put in a pole, and at the top of that pole what we've got is an old bucket yoke and another branch as well, some cable ties, and it's just lifted up all of the wires so that I'm not constantly banging my head on the grapes. Hey guys, how you going? So end of another week here. I hope you've had a fantastic week. I just thought I'd show you the first chili on the plants. They're actually doing really well. But yeah, so end of another week. Cleaned out this. Sun's going down, and I'll be off to bed soon. But I hope you've had a fantastic time. I will of course talk to you next week. We'll see you then. Hey guys, a real good morning. It's Monday, week 72 here on the Homestead. Hope you guys are having a fantastic time. Hope you've had a great week. Hope you're going to have another great week. If you're up to anything special, drop a comment below and let me know what you're up to. Anyway guys, this week for me, it's going to be some winter prep again. I've got to do some mowing and start preparing some of the beds to be covered. I'll be working on, if you remember, I had some lazy beds, the raised beds. I'll be turning that into a normal field, normal area. And yeah, just some mowing and some tidying up. None of the squashes are actually ready. I did harvest one that I thought was a melon, but it wasn't, it was a pumpkin. But anyway, guys, whatever you get up to, please let me know. And I'll, of course, talk to you at the end and show you everything that I do. Have a good one. Hey guys, so at that point, how little did I know? How naive was I? The very next day, I actually got very sick. I did start to build a new bed. I'll show you everything that's gone into that. I'll show you around the new bed, and there'll be a photo montage of the construction. But yeah, while I was sick, there was very little I was actually doing, and then it's taken about 6 days just to strip the wood as well. So sorry about last week's video not going up, but this is a 2-week video covering, of course, week 72 and 73. Anyway, guys, I hope you've had a fantastic week. I will, of course, show you everything I've done and not done over the last couple of weeks. Next week I'll be working on the beds as well, so going back to some of the stuff I've just said that I didn't actually get done. Anyway, guys, have a fantastic time, and so a little sneak peek on next week. These were my lazy beds. They worked really well this year, but what I'm going to do next week is just knock these down and dig out the middle bit, and then just turn this into a normal bedding system. And then next year I should be growing some corn here. So the red wine has finished fermenting, which means I think tomorrow I'm going to strain out all the fruit, filter out all of the sediment, and then bottle this. So that's this year's red wine. I've decided to just leave it at this year. I won't be making any more wine. I don't drink that much, and the chickens really are loving the grapes that I've been giving them. So all of the other grapes are going to the chickens. Hey guys, so here I am sat underneath the bed. I've got the sofa in underneath here. It's a very nice place to sit. I've got a little LED light up there. This is the underside. There's a comforter on top of these branches to protect the mattress. As you can see, we've got a middle support here. But yeah, so the whole thing's just supported by these unstripped branches. I didn't think I needed to strip them because they're not really visible unless you're under here, and the contrast works okay. So this back leg that in some of the photos looks like it's sticking out backwards, it's actually a tripod leg. As you can see, I've installed power supply in there. That's for the light and any phone charging or anything. So as you can see, this is the branches that are supporting the mattress all along here. We've installed a ladder, just a 2-step ladder, plenty for me to get up there. So yeah, so on the corners here, what we've got is screws going into the main legs, and then we've got a whole cross joint. We've got another piece there. Yeah, the plumb splitting, but that's perfectly natural. It's still very, very strong wood, and as you can see, severely over-engineered. We've got another joint up here that's very similar. Lots of branches going off in all different directions. I think that looks really nice. Nice big split down that one. But as this wood settles in, it'll all sit nicely, and there's so much actual material there that the drying splits don't make a difference to the integrity of the bed. And of course one of the reasons for making the bed is not having the dogs going up there. Pigsy's okay, but Beefy does like to eat the occasional pillow. So I've got some nice new bedding on. And there's a picture of Pigsy up there too. But yeah, it definitely saves a lot of cost on replacing pillows and replacing sheets over the next few years. Well, anyway guys, this is my bed. I hope you like it. I love it, so if anyone wants any advice on building these things, I did learn a lot about working with completely not straight wood, and how we get corners and edges done so that we end up with a flat level surface on top. Morning guys, so this is all the remnants of the bed that I've been making, all the bits that don't meet the bed. So what I've been doing is just chopping off all of the tiny little bits and removing all of the sticks and wood. So these sticks are going to end up being pea supports for next year, because I'm growing a hell of a lot of peas next year. So these will be all of the supports, and these will go into making a new set of shelves and possibly a wardrobe as well. Hey guys, so as you can see, the chilies are doing reasonably well. We've got lots and lots of chilies on here. Just loads of chilies everywhere. Hopefully they're going to ripen in time, but whatever happens, we have got some chilies this year. Well, the duckies seem to be doing okay. As you can see, the butternut squash almost ready to harvest. To give you an idea of scale, there's my foot right next to it. Massive squash, and there are a load more around. As you can see, it's very overgrown, but it's very hard to get in and weed because of course the vines are everywhere. So we've got some melons and some pumpkins as well. We'll be picking these probably next week. Hey guys, how you going? So Monday, another week here on the homestead. Not much to do this week. I will be harvesting the squash later on in the week because the vines have started to die back, and with that die back, obviously the fruits aren't going to get any bigger, so we're going to harvest those and get them ripening. Other than that, I've still got those beds to dig, so I'm going to go over and dig those beds in a bit. And finish up with sorting out the wood from the bed. Anyway guys, whatever you get up to, I hope you have a fantastic time, and I will of course talk to you at the end. Hey guys, so we've harvested some of the squash, got all different kinds. These are actually, I think, butternut squash, but lots of different sorts. They'll be ripening up in the sun for a couple of days. Got some pumpkins. So I've got some of these getting ready for Halloween. I think this is actually one of the gourds. But yeah, we've got a load of squash, so hell of a lot of chicken food for the guys over winter. Alright guys, I've come out to dig these beds today, and as you can see, the ground's very dry. It's actually rock solid. So what I'm going to have to do is wait until the next rain comes. It's been weeks since we last had rain. So I'm going to have to wait till it rains to soften this all up, and then we'll be turning it into the new beds. Hey duckies, how are we all doing? As you can see, some of them are getting quite big. Looking good. Starting to fluff out a bit more. Hey guys, so last week in the video, just about here, you can actually see some violin cases. Now, I was learning the violin, and I was going to surprise my mum with a happy birthday song. Unfortunately, because I didn't watch the video when I was editing it, I missed that, so she now knows that I've been learning the violin. But anyway, so since Mum knows, I thought I'd share it with the rest of you. And I've been learning this is my 7th week learning the violin, so it's not great. Turn your volume down now. But anyway guys, here's one of the songs I've learned so far. Hey guys, a really good morning. Another week here on the homestead. I hope you guys are doing really well. Hope you're achieving everything you want to achieve. Anyway, so this week, a couple of hot days. Today and tomorrow are going to be mid-30s, so I'm not going to do much for these 2 days. Then after that, I've actually got a cool spell coming through, where the temperatures on average are going to drop by about 10 degrees, so it's going to give me a chance to really get into the garden and get a lot of that work done. We're still not predicting any rain, so I can't do any groundwork without expending a hell of a lot of water or effort. but there's a lot of weeding and a lot of stuff from the summer that needs pulling out and chopping back as well. So that's mostly what I'll be doing this week. I hope you guys achieve everything you want to, and I hope you have a fantastic time. I will, of course, talk to you at the end. Have a good one.
Hey guys, how we going? So one of the things I've been doing this week was rebuilding the compost heap. It did stretch all the way out across over here, but I've condensed it down, and just one little, because it's now going to sit here till after winter. As you can see, there are some toilet rolls in there. There's actually 3 or 4 layers of toilet rolls running through the centre of this compost heap. Now what that does is it aerates the compost heap, which means over winter there's no need to turn this. There's no need to put more air in there to help the bacteria and stuff break down all of the goodness and get me some decent compost, and of course they will rot away as well. But yeah, so if you're preparing your compost heap for winter and you've saved a load of toilet rolls, it's a very easy fix. Hey guys, how you going? So the fields, well the big field kind of got out of control. In fact, got very overgrown, as you can see, some very tall weeds, all very dry now. So what I've been doing is just mowing it down to this and building a load of piles. Of course we've got them dotted around. I might be using this for winter bedding. I might just burn it off, but one of the things I am definitely burning off is this section here. There's a load of wood, branches and just crappy bits of wood. They're all going to be burnt off, but one of the things I'm worried about is all the extra fuel that's on the floor. So once I've mown all of this down and got rid of all of this extra stuff around, and once this bit's dried out a bit more, we will be burning this off later in the year. Yeah, this bigger field, it is actually quite a large area to mow. I've been doing this for a couple of days now. Still got a little bit to do over there. Yeah, so still quite a bit of area to get mown before we burn off this bonfire. Well, we have of course taken down all of the corn stalks from this year. I'll be burning that off in a couple of days, getting rid of all of that stuff. Did actually have a load more ears of corn that I hadn't farmed, and just been tidying up behind the grapes there. Still got this side to do over here. And of course this squash field, it's still producing a couple of squashes here and there, so it doesn't look like it, but I'm going to leave this at least until the end of October before I come through and mow this and then till it. This is of course one side of the ducky's home where all the little baby duckies live, even this naughty one. But yeah, so there's the other side to the pigsty, and all this it has been cleaned out, and in there as well. So we're going to put some bedding in there and then separate out some of the duckies. So we're going to have the bigger, healthier ones living in here, and the smaller, weaker ones living in the current enclosure. Right guys, as you can see, we've got loads of chilies. Chilies growing everywhere. So it's looking like a good chili harvest this year. Hey guys, so look, as you can see, even after just 1 week, the squash are starting to yellow up, starting to colour up. So yeah, hopefully they'll go completely orange like this one, and we'll have some nice ripe squash for the chickens. Don't know if you can see this, but it's a bit crazy. So it's we've got steam coming off the cold water feed outside, and just little bits. Hey guys, good morning. So the reason that's happening with the steam there, what we've had is for days and days and days, it's been, well, for weeks, it's been 30 odd degrees plus here, and yesterday the temperature went down to 20. Today it's gone down to 10, and this morning we woke up and it's about 5 or 6 degrees.
But of course the water coming out of the ground is still around 33 degrees because that's the ambient temperature of the ground for so long. So what we've got is a load of steam coming off of the cold water feed, and it feels really warm to the touch. So for once I have hot running water, but thanks to nature and quick temperature changes.